see, the truth about my worries goes like this. I play operation on every conversation I take part in. I gut each dialogue and line up the pin bones next to the checkboxes of my to-do list in hopes of crossing them out with your graphite words. I tiptoe between the ivy of my own misinterpretations and pull thorns from the soles of my feet at 1 a.m. every night before I go to bed so that I can staple them into my dreams, as if my REM cycle can solve problems that my conscious mind cannot. I spend all my time playing these cassette tapes in reverse, backtracking with an armful of Band-Aids and cherry lollipops, hands and knees pressing against the earth with the intention to fix what others claim is broken. Promising to take my wrongs and grind them into rights, scuffing my jeans as I crawl after my own smudged sentences, eraser in hand, only partially believing that destroying the evidence is the same thing as destroying its existence. I convince myself that you will begin unpacking my apologies, begin shelving them in order based on the number of hours I spent trying to sweat away my anxieties. But I've yet to learn that it is not my place to play God in our exchanges. Yet to learn that the thing about waiting is that if you refuse to allow amends fill the crater you've dug, if you don't want it to arrive into the palms of your hands, it never will. The truth about my worries goes like this. I've lifted a factory from the ground, started mass-producing apologies on its conveyor belts, watched my confidence stumble out of its smokestacks. Whenever I falter, I gift wrap another for you. I used to unfold atlases against my bedroom walls, pin tacks to the capital cities of my fault or yours. I ran out of those tacks years ago. But I figure I've got enough sorries stored in my warehouse rib cage so that even once I drain myself dry, I'd still be able to offer you the shards of my skeleton. And sometimes I ingest your acceptances like paint thinner. It fights battles with the acid in my stomach to prove who is more resilient. My body damns itself as winner every single time. And I've always wondered if forgiveness implodes in the thickets of my selective memory and I'm not there to embrace it, does it make a sound? I have 1,000 different types of apologies and 1,000 different types of waiting games, expecting recompense in the form of neutron stars the size of sugar cubes, too hopeful that it will be heavy enough, substantial enough, bone-shaking enough to make the ashtray remains of all my unfulfilled sorries find some kind of long-awaited purpose. I have 1,000 different types of apologies, yet I've cheated myself out of 1,000 different types of reprieves. The truth about my worries goes like this. I've been waiting at the post office every day at noon, hoping to see a package on the counter, addressed to me, waiting for me. It's one stuffed with tissue paper and forgiveness. Little did I know that it comes to my door every day. I'm just never there to sign for it. My mom used to promise me that I would learn how to love someone someday. And I raveled her words around the knobs of my wrist because nothing sounded more appealing than learning the formula for reaching into my chest cavity and gift-wrapping chunks of my heart for someone who deserves it. Valentine's Day 2001, I spent 35 minutes pacing up and down the aisles of Kroger while Mom plays snare against the linoleum with her heels behind me. I can't stop debating between Tweety Bird and Mickey Mouse, can't decide which cartoon character would show my entire second grade class how much I love them the most. And the next morning, I forget to eat breakfast as I tape conversation hearts to 29 cards, write out 29 names, and sign them all off with 29 ballpoint pen hearts. Valentine's Day 2006, I am no longer buying novelty cards in bulk. I have become volcano eruption after volcano eruption of a reckless middle school crush. Lava bubbling up to my cheekbones, steam windmilling from my eardrums. I am submerged beneath 50 feet of your nicotinic smiles and absent-minded teasing. I walk past the table selling Hershey Kiss candygrams 3 times, trying to flash fry enough courage to serve on a platter for you. I want you to like me, just as much as I like you. I want you to stop at the sound of my chasing footsteps. I want you to dip your fingers between mine and call me your girlfriend. I am hopeless, but I have not yet given up hope. Valentine's Day 2010, I have 1 year of you and me pinned underneath my belt buckle. I've learned the pitter-patter of your table-drumming knuckles and the nervous way your pupils square dance in the pools of your irises. We make reservations at the Olive Garden, just like the teenage couple next to us. Yet another pair of high school sweethearts who paint X's across their chests in open-faced promises of hand-holding down the hallways until graduation day. Valentine's Day 2012, 850 miles spans up the Great Barrier Reef from my laptop screen to yours, and our expired Skype dates feel like the silent echo of a deserted metro station, and I am waiting and waiting to board a subway car that shows no sign of arriving. I am looping translucent fish and wire through the end ring of a rod I'd hoped I'd never have to use, starting to reel in the jagged-edged slices of my emotions that I'd spent 3 years scattering across the roadmap of our relationship. Starting to gather the tangled knots of love I crocheted for you and bury them back into the cobwebbed corners of my heart. I am metamorphosing in reverse, tucking the edges of my wings underneath my armpits and fashioning synthetic casings to hibernate inside. I am transverse fissures across 18 years of resolve. My mom used to promise me that I would learn how to love someone someday, but so far I have become a product of teaching myself how to unlove, how to pack away everything I once knew about loving 29 wide-eyed second graders at once. My mom used to promise me that I would learn how to love someone someday, but I'm still waiting for those lessons. I'm still waiting to turn this typhoon of ashes into a revival of tightrope love, of hot chili flake love, of self-love, and all the in-between loves. I'm still waiting to learn how to love someone someday. Thank you.